So on August the 5th, day 10 of the Olympics, I came out here to Pont Alexandre III to watch the Triathlon Medley Relay. The race started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was already super packed out here in the streets. And so I planned on going to Pont Alexandre to watch the swimming portion of it, but the police had blocked it off because there was just too many people. So the medley was basically, there was 4 people in each team, 2 men, 2 women. Each person had to do a triathlon sprint, basically. And that consisted of a 300-meter swim, a bike ride, which was basically 2 loops on the course, and then a 1.8 kilometer run, which was also 2 loops. So after each person finished their try, they would tag their teammate, and the next person would go. I eventually made my way from the right bank over to the left bank on this side to see the finish over at the bridge. And there was just a ton of people out here standing on whatever they could just to try to catch a glimpse of the race. It was quite a scene out here. And then by the end, Germany won. And then Great Britain and the US had a photo finish where they declared Great Britain silver medalist. And so they had their medal ceremony. What was crazy was after the medal ceremony later on that day, they actually said Team USA got silver. So Team USA ended up with silver, Great Britain bronze. But in the end, it was just really competitive, and both teams were basically neck and neck. So fun to watch, fun to be out here to see it. Great atmosphere, crazy crowd. So then after the triathlon relay, I went to Park of Champions. And Park of Champions was held at Trocadero at the plaza there, which was the same space where the opening ceremony took place. And so there was a huge stage set up over there for fans. The really great thing about this was that they celebrated the athletes. For them to be recognized that way, I thought was great. And it was so amazingly pulled off, especially with the Eiffel Tower in the background like that. On this particular day, Novak Djokovic came out and people went nuts. And he gave this really heartfelt speech about the emotions that he felt winning this gold medal.
I carried the Serbian flag in the opening ceremony in 2012 London, and I thought that's the best feeling that an athlete could experience until yesterday when I won the gold.
And considering that this guy is arguably the greatest tennis player ever, to say that this gold medal was the apex of his career said a lot about how far tennis has gone at the Olympics and just what that meant. And so it was a great speech. I think for a lot of tennis fans, he has been kind of like a heel. And I think later on in his career, I think people have recognized that he's got a great sense of humor.
I personally wanted to go and watch all the sports. They didn't have tickets for me, so well done, guys.
And a lot of times what has, I think, turned people off from him is that he's just been relentless in winning. And it was great to see him show that kind of emotion. And obviously he speaks French really well. And so the crowd loved that. And then later on, Teddy Riner and the judo team came out, which, to the delight of that French crowd, they went absolutely crazy for him and the team. And they did not disappoint. They were just celebrating and dancing and just having a great time there at Park of Champions. So that was really fun. And then later on, all the medalists for rowing came out. It was just a big dance party for all those medalists, really fun, and the crowd just participating in that. And then in the evening, they turned it into a huge watch party, which was just beautiful. Lighting, I was just like, I would love to watch college football this way because it was just so cool. And then people were just hanging out at the park itself. And then one of the neat things was Pont Alexandre, the bridge that connects to the other side, was blocked off for exiters from Park of Champions. So when you left, you had it to yourself basically, and they didn't let other people come from the other side, which is really great for people who were there, and they were able to enjoy Pont Alexandre in that way. And then later on that evening, I went out to the Seine here where the balloon was floating over the river over here at the Jardin de Tuileries. It just created this really serene, surreal atmosphere out in the river. People were just hanging out, and you're just watching this flame floating above like a little moon in a way. A lot of people just hanging out on the lawn, having a picnic late at night. It would rise around 10 p.m. and stay up there until 2 a.m. But it was just a gorgeous night, clear evening, and people were just enjoying themselves, and definitely one of the more memorable experiences here at the Olympics.